Good morning, friends. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, high school, and recent graduate. Today is going to be a weekly plan with me in my Sterling Ink Common Planner. This is the B5 size. She is a beast, and I really love these Sterling Ink planners. So much so that I have decided to try out using the B6 academic year common planner for homeschool planning this year, which is why today's video is a weekly plan with me instead of a homeschool plan with me. I am expecting the common planner to arrive today. It's Friday when I'm planning, which is earlier than I normally plan my week, so that is one thing. Oh my goodness, guys. It has been a chaotic week of VBS, Jack's birthday, Emma's best friend's birthday. The kids were out pretty late last night for the birthday party. We were out the day before all day for Jack's birthday. It's just crazy. And I am not ready for homeschool, but we are starting on Monday. So if you are new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. Typically when I do my plan with me, the first thing that I do is a brain dump for the week. However, because I have felt so out of sorts this week and I just have things constantly coming to mind, I actually have been keeping a to-do list in my notes app on my computer, and anytime something comes up I write it down. So I pretty much have my list of to-dos for the week ready. Some of these things may end up being done this weekend, potentially. I say that, however, tomorrow, Saturday, we are celebrating Jack's birthday with cousins and cake and probably going out to breakfast and other things. Sunday we have church and we have worship on the waterfront, so we will be gone most of the day. There will be a little bit of a reprieve in the afternoon. And then we will probably be out late Sunday, which is just perfect for starting school on Monday. So, oh guys, this is just a crazy start to a new homeschool year. I've said this so many times already that I just feel a little bit out of sorts because I'm not planning for Emma this year. Now, I do actually have some resources that I'm going to be using with Emma. I purchased the new high school English program from Not Consumed, which is called In Other Words, a practical writing course for high school. And the reason that I wanted that is because it talks about resumes and cover letters and college essays and job applications and workplace correspondence. We are, even though Emma has graduated, we're kind of using this gap year as what you typically do during a senior year of high school. Applying for scholarships, applying to college, doing college visits, taking the SAT, all of that stuff. So I thought that this would be good. I'm going to be doing some personal development stuff with her, goal setting, working on her novel writing, helping her kind of figure things out that way. So even though we're not homeschooling, I'm still mentoring her, and she does still have some random stuff that she's going to be doing. Most likely she will be working part-time, but we're kind of up in the air about that when she wants to apply, because we have like a bunch of stuff in September that we're going to be out of town for, and I don't know how part-time jobs deal with that stuff. I never had a part-time job when I was in high school. I always worked at summer camp and that was what I did, and then during the school year I just focused on school. But since she's graduated, she needs to do that and save a little bit of money. This is a whole lot of information that is not related to planning, but that's what we're here for, the chatty planning videos. So what I'm going to do first is put in weather stickers, and I don't know how accurate these will be because we're still a few days out from next week. That's okay. It looks like it is going to be very hot this week, so maybe it won't be too bad doing school, but I don't know. We also may want to do pool days as well, depending on what the friends are doing. I'm not sure when preseason starts for the high school because all the kids' friends do fall sports, and that is really busy. This might be the last week, and if it is, that'll actually work out pretty well because it's a slower week for us anyways, but it does look like it's going to be really nice. Okay, so last week what I did was I used tape for the dividing lines, and I did like that quite a bit. I think that I will probably do that again because why not? The thing that I'm concerned about with the tape is that at some point I am not going to be able to easily write on the pages because of tape and stickers, but I guess we will cross that bridge when we get to it. So what I like to do is I like to use these highlighters to designate specific tasks throughout the week. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so we will see how this goes. We have Monday reset, grocery order. Now the only problem with the grocery order is that I am not really going to have time to go get groceries on Monday. So I'm going to have to do a grocery delivery, and I'm trying to cut back on the grocery budget a little bit, which let me tell you, that is challenging when we really don't buy a lot of snacks. I mainly shop the outside of the store. It's very challenging to get groceries at a reasonable amount of money. Okay, grocery order and food prep for the week. Oh, it's going to be miserable weather for cooking, so I'm going to have to think of what can I make that's cooler. I'm unsure. Food prep and then dust. Don't have anything Tuesday. Wednesday is electronic screens. Thursday, budget, bills, spend tracking, sort and file papers. Friday is sheets, bathrooms, floors. In my last plan with me, I think what I said was that I was going to try and do homeschool planning in here, but I ended up deciding on the B6 planner, which I think I already mentioned. And so now I have all this extra space, but this common planner is really just a trial run for me. I'm going to be moving into a calendar year planner for next year. And I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be using the common planner, but I'm going to get, I think, an A5 size instead of the B5 size. And I've gone back and forth as to whether or not I want this large size. I really, really like how big it is. I like that you can have 4 columns and the 3 rows with the designated dots, whereas in the A5, it's just like 1 dot in the middle, so you can put it into quadrants. But I don't know how I'm going to do the indexing on the side. I think there will still be enough space in an A5. An A5 is not that much smaller, but anyways, chatty. Okay, so it is our first day of school. We will have our Monday meeting and kind of the flow. I don't know where I want to put, I might put this up here. Okay. Sorry guys. I haven't planned in here with kids stuff yet, so I'm unsure how that's going to work. So I have Monday meeting, first day of homeschool, Wednesday is passion project day, Friday is screen free day. Now you will notice that I am not using the hours. I do not plan my weeks hourly. I plan my days hourly. So that's going to be a little bit different. I just ignore these hours down the side, and that it works fine. They're light enough so it doesn't bother me. Okay, so first day of homeschool, intro to dailies. Some of this stuff will end up also being in my homeschool plan, but I'm writing it in here first. What I tend to do is my weekly planning before my homeschool planning, because then I already know anything that we're going to be outside of the house for, all of that stuff, so that when I go in to plan our actual lessons for the week, I've already done this preliminary work. If I try and plan homeschool first, which I have done in the past, I forget about appointments and such, and so it's just a little bit more challenging. So intro to dailies, intro to first 6 weeks, no, first 4 weeks, because I think Jack's first history unit is 4 weeks and his first English unit is 4 weeks. They both have Brave Writer, which is 4 weeks. Lucy is not really working in units, so it will just kind of be start stop. First day pictures, which if you've followed me for any length of time, I almost always forget to take a first day of school picture. There are days that we take like a first day of school picture, we're in our pajamas. I will see if I can find some of the older ones and put them up. I often will do day 37 of pictures because we would start in July and then I would forget about first day of school pictures until all of my friends' kids go back to school and I see them on Instagram. And so then I would post pictures, and we'd already been in school for like 5 weeks. So I want to do first day pictures. I also would like to go through the rhythm for the week and talk about daily chores and then Bible. And I'm not planning to do much in the way of school on this day. We'll see. The kids might start math and reading or English, but it's more going to be going through all of the resources, doing the expectations, doing the first day interviews, which I forgot, all of that kind of stuff. So some of this will be a repeat for next week when I do my homeschool plan with me. You will see some of this stuff repeated, but it's good for me to just get it down first. So Tuesday, I have 2 calls and they are overlapping for work stuff. I am super excited because we get to go through the new power sheets, season by season planners, all of the new stuff for 2026 on Tuesday. I'm super excited about that call. I cannot wait to share everything with you guys, and I am unsure when I will be able to share everything with you guys. I think that the cover reveal for power sheets and season by season is next week. And I think that maybe the following week I will be able to share everything with you. So I am so excited to preview this collection and get all of the details. I have loved using that bright pink cover this year, the azalea cover for my power sheets, which was completely outside of my comfort zone. Typically I will pick like a blue or a green cover, but loved the pink this year. So I'm excited to see what will be next year. So Tuesday is going to be our first real heavy homeschool day. So I am just going to put here, and I will most likely be going probably from 8 to 12:30 or 1, and we'll probably eat a later lunch. I'll probably go right till 12:30 actually, and then make the kids a quick lunch, jump on my first call, leave that call early, and then get on my power sheets call, I think. Okay. I don't know what we're going to do on Wednesday for passion projects. I know that Lucy is going to want to do baking this year, and for her passion project, at least to start the year, she has been doing a lot of baking this summer. She makes pancakes almost every day, which is probably not the most nutritious breakfast, but she will make the pancakes. She also found a cookie recipe online and has been doing that probably once a week. She wants to focus on baking this year, so that's what we're going to work on. Let me look at my list. So Monday, what are my videos next week? So I have weekly plan with me, and it is for last week, which I already did. This was the first plan with me in this planner that I have filmed. Really liked how it turned out. I like the stickers that I'm using. I like the colors. I like how it's kind of muted. It's comforting to me. I have a first day of school prep vlog. I'm also filming another one today with like all of the last minute stuff, printing out our interviews, getting teaching textbooks set up on the computers, pulling out all of the resources, and then getting the table all set, which I won't do until Monday morning. Then Wednesday, I think I am going to have the Sterling Ink B6 planner review and walkthrough. I'm hoping that it comes today and I can film it this afternoon. We will see. We will see. And then Friday, see, these videos I have not filmed yet. I think I want to do, this is going to be interesting, what I learned during my season of rest. So hopefully these are the 2 videos that will be up. Otherwise, there will be something else here. I'm also waiting on an Erin Condren order I placed like, I don't know, weeks ago at this point. Everything is shipping so late from EC. So I'm kind of glad that I ordered the stuff when I did, because it's stuff I need to set up for 2026. And I'm afraid that if I had waited until their Black Friday sale in November, I wouldn't have the stuff by January. It's very slow this year. Thursday, we are back to our live stream schedule of 2:30 over my Patreon. If you are looking for help and encouragement around home and homeschooling and goals, I would love for you to come over and check us out. I post there every day during the week, encouragement and fun little challenges. And then on Thursdays, we have a co-working live stream where we use the Pomodoro technique to work on a project or a goal or planning or whatever it is that you need to take time for. And we work in the Pomodoro cycles of 25 minutes of focus work followed by like a 5-minute break. We usually do 2 Pomodoro cycles. I chat about books and my goals and answer any questions that I've had from the community. It's a lot of fun. I would love for you to come over. I enjoy it. And it's such useful time for me, which is lovely. So on Thursday, I am going to put working on the Organized Life Trio, which this was part of my goals for last month in July that I did not get to, and I have not started yet. It's on my list again for August. Password book, perpetual calendar, address book. These things just need to be done. I'm also going to work on 13th week brainstorm during one of those Pomodoro cycles. So my 13th week is coming up. My year runs a little bit differently as far as goals go because I don't really set new goals in December. I focus on family and traditions and some of the work projects that I have, which Vlogmas mainly takes a lot of time trying to put up daily vlogs during the month of December. And so my year runs January through March, April and May, June through August, and then September through November for the fall. And I'm trying to figure out what I want to work on this fall. And some of my goals have not changed, but some of the projects that I had planned did not end up happening in the spring when I thought they would. So I kind of have to brainstorm the fall and figure out what I want to work on. And I'm really unsure. Tuesday, I don't want to put anything on Tuesday because it's going to be so busy. So I will put on Wednesday, which is our passion project day. I want to work on knitting when the kids are doing their stuff, at least for a little bit. I also need to call the Vital Records office, which this is something I've been putting off since the spring. If you had watched back then, I need to call about my birth certificate because I have what's called a short birth certificate, which apparently does not work for getting a passport. And I would like to get a passport, and I've been putting it off because A, I hate phone calls, and B, I just slip my mind so often. I just haven't prioritized it. I need to call the college board because when Emma signed up for her account, she didn't put her middle initial, but that's on her driver's license. And so I am unsure what the proper protocol is for registering for the SAT. It seems so convoluted. I do not understand. I mean, maybe there are these vast rings of people that are going to take the SAT falsely for somebody else. I don't know, but it just seems so ridiculous how many hoops you need to go through. Your name on the College Board account needs to be exactly the same as your ID. And so I don't know if just the first and last name counts or if the middle initial also needs to be there. You cannot change it online. You have to call the College Board to change your name just to add a middle initial. So that's really frustrating. But once I figure that out, I can register Emma for the September SAT. I need to register Jack for driver's ed. This is going to be an expensive day. And then I think on Friday, I am going to organize college visits for September. I need to just sit down with Emma and really figure that out. I guess that should be under the purple color. And honestly, I'm not sure if next week is going to be the best time to do this because of homeschool. And if it's a really nice day on Friday, we might go out and do something. Now, my hope is that I will not have any work stuff to do this week, but let me see. If I can get my act together today, which again is Friday, and film my 2 sit-down videos that I have, what I learned during my season of rest, and then going through Emma's graduation and kind of just a coffee chat, I should be all set for next week. The only thing that I'm going to do is vlog our first day of school, and then I think that is it. Okay, so I know that this does not look like a ton of stuff, but because the focus is going to be on homeschooling this week, I just need it to be not so crazy. And I think it's going to be a crazy week. That's okay. Patriots have a preseason game on Saturday, and that is at 1, and they are playing the Vikings. The only thing with this tape is that because I have it so tight, it's definitely curling the pages, but it is what it is. Totally forgot to write my meals for the week. So I think what I want to do on Monday is some sort of crock pot meal, leftovers, and then I will make this into some sort of lettuce wrap, Mexican layer dip here, and then we'll do pizza on Friday. No clue on Saturday and Sunday. That will be a future me thing. Okay. Here's next week at a glance, and I like how it turned out. I would love to hear if you are thinking about changing planners for next year, or if you are staying in your same system. I know I've gone through a lot of planners this summer, which has been so much fun. I went into the summer thinking that I would probably stay with my EC system. However, after I started using this planner for my commonplacing and using the Sterling Ink Daily Planner for daily planning in the little B6 size, I have really enjoyed this thinner paper and smaller planner. I never thought that I would get away from a coil and into a bound planner, but I really like how this looks. Now, granted, I've not used this for 6 months. I've not used it, I have been using it for commonplacing, but I haven't been using it for weekly planning for a lot of months. So it's always possible that things will change. And I do still have all of my EC planners that I purchased in case I decide to go back to that. But the simplicity of this planner and the functionality of having all of the blank pages in the back is something that I really, really like. And so I think I'm going to stay in this planner for a while, and we will see how that goes. I don't know which notebooks I'm going to purchase for 2026. I need to get a new book journal, but I've also been keeping track of my books in my commonplace notebook as well. And I might want to keep it in both places because the books that I'm writing down here are often what the notes are about in my planner, but I also like just having a separate notebook for a reading journal. So I am unsure about that at the moment. I also usually get a goals notebook, but could I use this for goals because there's all of this goal stuff at the start? Will I be getting power sheets? Absolutely. But some of the extra note taking and stuff that I do with my goals in my little Lloydstrom notebooks, could I do that in here, just behind one of these tabs, keep it all together, potentially? We'll see. I've got a lot of ideas for the year ahead, but thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this very chatty plan with me, and I am excited to start school. I think the anticipation of starting is what is kind of stressful for me because it is going to be a different year, especially not homeschooling Emma. She was the first child that I started homeschooling, and then I've added Jack and Lucy, obviously, and now she is done, and it's just going to be different, and I am excited about it, but I'm also unsure of how the next year is going to go, so we will see. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Again, if you are looking for more help and encouragement around home and homeschooling and goals, I would love for you to come check out my membership community. That link is always in the description box. I hope you are all enjoying the last days of summer. And if you've started your homeschool year already, I hope that that is going well. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.